Most people remember Bob Dole as a longtime U.S. Senator, a decorated World War II veteran, and a 1996 presidential candidate. But what few realize is that Bob Dole quietly, and perhaps unintentionally, changed American television forever. It's not something you'd expect from a conservative politician from Kansas, but his influence reached far beyond Washington, D.C., and into the living rooms of millions of Americans. Dole's most unexpected impact on pop culture came not through legislation, but through a single Saturday Night Live appearance in the mid-1990s that reshaped how politicians interact with media. At a time when political figures were often stiff, unapproachable, and rarely seen outside of debates or interviews, Dole did something unusual. He leaned into humor. After losing the 1996 election to Bill Clinton, Dole appeared on Saturday Night Live, not as a punchline, but as a participant in the joke. He mocked himself, played along with the show's satire, and in doing so, became one of the first major politicians to embrace late-night comedy as a platform rather than a threat. His appearance was groundbreaking. It wasn't just funny, it was humanizing. It allowed audiences to see a different side of a man many had only viewed through political ads and campaign speeches. And that, in turn, opened the floodgates. In the years following Dole's SNL cameo, we saw a wave of politicians making appearances on late-night TV, sitcoms, even animated series. From Barack Obama slow jamming the news on Jimmy Fallon to Hillary Clinton showing up on Broad City, and even Donald Trump hosting SNL himself, all of this can be traced back to Bob Dole's quiet decision to step into the world of entertainment with humility and humor. But it didn't stop with just appearances. Dole's crossover moment helped legitimize the idea that political figures could, and maybe should, connect with the public through more relatable human channels. Television producers noticed, campaign strategists noticed, and voters responded. Politics, once reserved for serious platforms and somber tones, suddenly became more intertwined with pop culture than ever before. The lines began to blur, and television, especially comedy, became a place where political influence and public perception could shift dramatically overnight. Dole likely didn't intend to start a media revolution, but that's exactly what happened. His self-aware humor on national television gave permission to future leaders to do the same, to laugh at themselves, to appear approachable, and to connect with people not just as politicians but as personalities. In doing so, Bob Dole didn't just change how we see our leaders, he changed how television invites us to see them. And that shift, subtle as it was at the time, forever altered the relationship between politics, media, and the American public. So, while he may not have written the scripts or owned the studios, Bob Dole left a permanent mark on American television, one that still shapes what we see on screen today.